Alrighty, yellow, clap, and welcome to another Kitze episode 10. We made it together. Give yourself a round of applause. Tap yourself on the back. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all the support, both on Twitter and on YouTube comments. I love you guys. Thank you. And I get it. I get it. You miss this on the weekends. I kind of miss doing it on the weekends. My weekend felt weird. I couldn't fully enjoy myself. I'm like, what's missing at the end of the day? Oh, yeah, 30-minute rambling about your day. But I really want to rest on the weekend, and I think 5 episodes per week is enough, and we're going to give people time to catch up on the weekend. So I guess that's enough. So we made it to episode 10. That's freaking insane. Don't forget to walk. That's the number one thing I'm going to tell you. Go out right now. If you're struggling to losing weight, if you want to lose weight, go and walk with this podcast. You're going to kill 30 minutes of walking. You don't have to do fasting. You don't have to do diets. You don't have to do crazy shit. Just go and walk. Don't even think about it. Just go walk and don't think about, is it a part of some grand master plan or whatever. So thank me later, maybe in the comments. Today we're going to talk about the best movie I've ever seen. I'm going to inject this somewhere in the podcast. You cannot skip to the end. It's not in the middle. It's somewhere. It's about a movie. Probably a lot of you have seen it because it's an Oscar winner. It's won shit ton of awards. But I watched it the other day with my wife and it blew our minds. It is literally the best movie I've ever seen. Like, it moved the best movies that I've ever seen 10 spaces, and now this is number one. So I'm going to tell you about it later. And we're going to talk about assistance and delegation. Today I had a call with MJ, my assistant, starting tomorrow. So I'm going to tell you all of the stories about my previous assistants and shit. But first, to remind you, send me video or comment questions. So far, 0 video questions. Comment questions you're sending here and there, but I'm forgetting that I need to answer them on the podcast. So sometimes answer to you in a YouTube comment. But please ask some questions that I'm going to include in the podcast. I'm going to Congress Next.js in Warsaw on 2nd of February. I'm going to be opening the conference. So if you're there, we're going to meet. Let's do a quick Benji review and then we're going to get into the day. So I'm kind of ashamed to show you my Benji habits from the previous days because on the weekends, I just don't, if it wasn't for you guys in this podcast, this wouldn't have even been checked. I wouldn't even bother with any of this. I did my walking, 1 hour walk. I didn't skip that on any of the days. And I'm doing my no sweets, no coffee, no alcohol, soda, juice, bread, fast food, 10,000 steps and cold shower. No, I didn't do cold shower. The weekend is for warm showers because I didn't do the sauna. And when I don't feel hot enough, I don't want to apply cold enough. I don't know how to explain it. For me, I need a hard workout, then sauna, and then the cold shower just comes automatically. I cannot just hop from, a regular day to a cold shower. Everything else, the night routine has been green, as you know it. Didn't hang on a bar and I did some things. I didn't do a lot of things. Saturday and Sunday, I take it a bit more casual. But I honestly don't like seeing this much red on Saturday and Sunday. I want to keep the same routine and I want to keep the same habits. I want to, in the morning to do my morning routine and to do my walk even on Saturday and Sunday, with the difference being if during the weekdays I'm doing work, during Saturday and Sunday I want to do a bunch of chores and stuff that needs to be done around the house. I'll eventually get there. I want to hold myself accountable that I don't like this on the weekends. However, no cheat meals. The food has been going well. And here are the habits for today. It's not the weekend, and we still see a lot of red here because I don't freaking know what happened today, man. I wanted to walk out with my dog today. Really, I had it planned. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to let him out, just to pee while I go get dressed. And then we're going to go out for a long walk. And as soon as I went out, the cloud was so gray. I think they invented a new shade of gray here in Poland. And, I go out in the morning. I just open the door and I go out in my pajama. And the freaking wind hit me with it's such a pain in the ass wind outside. Wow, so many excuses that I was like, oh, fuck it, dog. You're not getting a walk. So later I walked in the kitchen. He has shat in the kitchen. I'm like, well, that's what you get. It makes sense. When I let him pee outside, he just walks 2 meters. He's like, nope, not going further than this. And tonight I walked him, but it's super icy, super snowy. I'm so fucking tired of this goddamn snow and this goddamn weather. It's fine. It's been 2 months of Christmas ornaments. We finally took them out this weekend, except the Christmas tree. Probably going to stay until my birthday, which is 9th of April. But I'm tired of this snow. We got it, snow. 1 month. That's it. Go away now. It's going to be even worse when the snow goes away because Poland is just gray. But this snow and ice is absolutely killing me. So I didn't do the walking. I didn't do the sunlight. I didn't do a bunch of things today. Afternoon also. No coding. No, didn't eat. I did eat lunch mindfully. Why didn't I check that? This is Monday. What do we had for lunch? Jesus, I need to pause now. Yeah, I had to pause, idiot. We ate lunch mindfully, so that's green. The night routine, hopefully I'm going to get this magnesium, and hopefully after this podcast, I'm going to freaking shower. It's been a long day, man. I did all of my things. No sweets, no soda, no bread, no fast food, no alcohol, no yada, yada, yada. However, I fucked up my workout today because of, I'll tell you in a second. Let's just finish the review. Fasting has been going great. I'm fasting every day, so I'm not skipping that one. The weight's been going down, so round of applause for your boy. Let's pull up the whiteboard here. We hit 94, and by we, I mean you and me together. Together, we weighed 94 kilos. We hit the 94. I crossed this. Now I'm aiming for 93. As I said, I'm going to get to 90. I'm going to see how I look, and then I'll decide whether I want to go down to 85. But if I just keep this, I don't need to change anything. In the diet, in the workout, nothing. As you can see here, 10,000 steps every day. I train 2 times per week. Today I skipped my training. I should have trained, but I skipped, so I'm going to do 2 trainings, maybe 3 again. And it's been going great. The weight loss is going great. So 94 point something kilos. A workout, skipped it today because I was planning let's get into my day. I'm going to explain about the workout, blah, 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 excuses. Habits, told you, meals, everything is green. I'm not going to sweat it. You can pause if you want to see what am I eating. I'm eating only clean now, so everything is score 100. Pomodoros, I'm ashamed of my work ethic, to be honest. I'll be 100% honest with you. I am tired of coming on this freaking podcast and telling you that I work this 4 hours. What? Like, I've been on the computer since, I don't know, 8 a.m., 8:30, 9 a.m., till 4 p.m. and it's 9:30. I'm still on the computer. What the fuck am I doing? I mean, I'm not counting this as work. And I also had a 1-hour meeting. I guess that was like 2 pomodoros, 2.5 pomodoros, let's call it. And let's say even if I had more, like 4.5, 5 hours of work, it's not enough. I want to have at least 6 to 8 hours of work every day, but kind of screwed up today. Not going to go over my goals because nothing has been. Maybe when Benji has a goals feature, then I'm going to start talking about the goals. On the weekend, what happened is I cleaned up the garage. It was like piles and piles and piles and piles of freaking boxes, man. Like when my neighbors throw the trash and when we throw the trash, when it's trash day there's like a special day for paper. So when they come for the paper, and I had this video I have to show you at some point. Like outside of the house, it's like the entire freaking yard. It's just lined down with Amazon Prime boxes and whatever. It's like like a fortress of boxes. And then I see my neighbors, and he has only one yellow thingy with like no boxes. I'm like, do you eat them for dinner? What do you do to the boxes? And then I remember, oh wait, not everyone is a fucking lunatic who spends most of their money on Amazon and packages and new gadgets and shit, right? So during the week, we're just too busy, let's call it, and we just dump everything in the garage. And this weekend, you couldn't even walk. I couldn't walk to charge the car. Like, it was piled in boxes, so I spent a lot of time doing that. Pretty tired of that shit. We gave our daughter a bath. She's getting way too wiggly. She's kind of getting big, man. Like, we were giving her a bath in this stand-up thing, like on a stand. Like, I don't know how to fucking call it. I'm very tired, so today I'm going to be at a loss for words. It was a thingy. We gave her bath in the thingy, and she started splashing around and making, a mess in the bathroom. So now, finally, we moved her with the thingy, but into the grown-up tub. And it's insane how fast she's growing. If you're watching this, I love you. You're very splashy, and we gave you a bath, and you're very wiggly, and I'm afraid I'm going to drop you because I'm the one holding her. Like, her head is here, and I'm holding her like this. She's getting way too wiggly. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what we're going to have to do soon. I can't wait for her to be able to sit so we can just make her sit. My dog started getting 8+ years old food, which is like a reminder that my dog Benji is now old, and he's getting like senior citizen food. Like, I went to the freaking pet store and bought him food, and the lady was like, "How old is your dog?" And I'm like, 8. He's young. What are you judging or something? And she was like, "No, you need," I didn't say that, but I thought in my head. And she was like, "Oh, you have to give him special food for dogs over 8 years old." Made me depressed. Thought about it for 3 days. Still think about it. Cannot sleep at night. Great. My dog is 8+ years old food. Amazing. I just want to think in my head that my dog is immortal, because when inevitably something happens to my dog, unless someone, please, Brian Johnson, whoever, I hope Brian Johnson is a fucking dog. So he injects him with some things, and I get to inject those things in my dog, and he lives. It's not fair, dude, that a dog lives, hopefully, 15 years. Like, I don't want people telling me, "Oh, actually Maltese breed lives." I don't give a fuck. My dog will live at least 15 years, 20+, maybe. But I just want to erase the fact that he's ever going to die, because I cannot fucking deal with it. I'm honestly scared. And that will be the most scary moment of my life. Don't want to think about it. So this with the food was a little bit, a wake-up call, but it is what it is. So let's start with the day. So I noped out of the Polish weather, like too gray outside. Didn't want to do that. I walked for 1 hour. That's a new habit, and I'm really glad that rain or shine, or whether I feel good or bad, or haven't slept enough or whatever, finally I'm hopping on a treadmill and doing my walk and not even thinking about it. I'll get into programming. I'm not thinking whether I should do this or that. I'm just get into programming for 1 hour in programming. And then it's good. I was connecting this with the walk, and I was connecting the walk with the walk. I'm walking all day. I'm walking even on the toilet. Idiot. So I was connecting the walk with the strength training. However, it's like 1 hour of walking, 30, and now I asked my trainer to bump my training to 40 minutes. So it's going to be 40 minutes of strength training. Then, like, call it 45. 15 minutes of sauna. That's like 2 hours. 15 minutes of showering. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Changing clothes and everything. It's like 2.5 hours until I start properly doing work, which is when I see the clock, it's like 10:30, and I'll be tired from the training, and I would want to eat breakfast. It's 11 o'clock, and I don't have the will. Like, for me, the day is gone. That's it. I don't start shit at 11 o'clock. So the problem is, if I do my work, then I'm too tired for the training. And if I do my training, I'm too tired for the work. And I'll never win. Like, I've been switching this back and forth in my life, and I'll just never figure out the right one. There is no right one, I think. So today I was like, okay, I'm going to record the course for 3 hours. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to do workout. And I'm going to have lunch. And that makes sense, right? And instead of recording the course, I felt way too guilty for customer emails piling up. Dude, I haven't answered to some sissy emails since September 7th. So I was trying to refund the person, and the refund button was disabled. It said, you cannot refund someone for a request that's 3 months old. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I haven't replied in emails for 3 months. So yeah, I have replied to some customer emails, but some of them have piled up. And today I cleaned half of the inbox. Tomorrow I'm going to clean half of the inbox. To me, it's more important than recording the course. I hate this about my work. It's been going on for years. It's been going on for years that I can only do one. I have way too many things going on in parallel, and 99% of them always suffer. Like, I don't do workshops. I don't reply to customer emails. I don't record the course, let's say, because I'm working on Benji. Then I'll stop that. I'll record the course. Then we have the opposite problem. People submit requests for Benji. I still don't do workshops. So I do one thing, and everything else is suffering, which is very, very annoying. So what did I say today? I did customer emails. And, as soon as I feel satisfied with my activity, I'm like, today was a great day. I did this. And then I get this sinking feeling of like, oh, fuck, but what about the other things? Like, I always get this high of like, I finished something today, followed with the low of like, fuck, man, I haven't done anything about these other things. And this is especially makes me nervous when, I sense the potential of a project, Like, at the end of my workday, I'll just think of something, or someone on Twitter will be like, hey, this is a great idea. You should pursue it more. Hey, you should develop this more. No fucking shit, Sherlock. I would if I had 18 arms and 20 billion hours in the day. I would pursue fucking everything. But it's getting really, really, really freaking annoying. So by 3 p.m., so what I was doing is I was like, I have to find a way to bear going through these customer emails. I cannot just do customer emails. So I tried music, doesn't work. I've tried podcast before, doesn't work. So I installed this app a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. I saw it on Reddit. And even though I'm not watching my movies this way, I'm watching my movies. I'm going to get into my movie setup on another day. But I found this app called Streamio. I'm not going to tell you anything more about it. Just Google Streamio. Type in Streamio Reddit. Streemio Reddit. That's it. You're welcome. I'm going to tell you about this. So I had it installed. And I was tweeting something about the movie that I watched yesterday. And people were like, how do I watch this movie? And I had Streamio open in my dock this morning. And I'm like, how about when I, answer emails, maybe please Streamio. Maybe just that idea popped in my head. Streamio popped up, Like, what the fuck am I going to watch? Something that's not that important on my second monitor while I answer emails. And I started the show Ted the Bear. The 2 funny movies that came out back in the day. Now they made it a show. It's not as funny. And I'm honestly fucking getting annoyed by creators like Seth MacFarlane. Love the guy, created Family Guy. But in the same corner, I'll put Ricky Gervais and Dave Chappelle. We get it, dude. It's the same 7 jokes. We get it. You're going to bash LGBT. You're going to bash trans people. You're going to bash, make racist comments. Let's pretend they're not racist, yada, yada. It's the same fucking jokes on every stand-up special. Ricky Gervais, the last fucking 3 specials are the same. Let's see how far we can say offensive. Dude, it's not funny anymore. If it was funny, we would laugh, but nobody cares. I think that even the people you're offending don't care anymore. So just move on with something funny. Then you play some stand-up comedian, like, what was this? Neil Brennan, for example. Watch Neil Brennan called, the stand-up special is called 3 Mics on Netflix. It's one of the most amazing stand-up specials. And he did it without insulting fucking anyone. No offensive jokes. So I watched Ted, back to the topic. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just like watching a Dave Chappelle special. Like, you can see, like, you cannot focus on the show because, first of all, I'm doing emails, but you cannot focus on the plot because it's like Seth MacFarlane is talking to you through his characters about his opinions on pronouns and this and that. And dude, it's like tired. It's like, it's beating a dead horse. He's like fucking tired making these jokes. Now, did I continue watching it? Yes, because from time to time I would laugh, and I really wanted a dumb show that deserves to be in the background. I didn't want something that I need to focus on. So Ted the Bear is like the perfect show to put it on the side. But honestly, I was doing the emails and everything, but I was more distracted. So I should definitely block TV shows and everything on this computer where I do work, and I should just play music and deal with it, that it's not the best flow. You know, sometimes you cannot focus on the email, sometimes you cannot focus on the show, sometimes you focus on the show. Seth MacFarlane makes a funny, like, stupid fucking joke, and you're like, oh, you go back to the email, you look at the customer email, and why do customers, dude, explain things like it's a middle school math assignment? Like, they cannot go straight to the point, like refund me or whatever. They use ChatGPT to write these giant emails. Or there was this email today, hey, I was charged on the 7th, so on the 24th, I checked it 2 days ago, on the 20, whatever, which day is Christmas? What? Dude, what are you saying? The email was like this. I wanted to ask, like, sometimes I swear to God, I write these emails with like capital letters. Like, I want to reply, like, what the fuck are you trying to say? Just say the thing, dude. So many sentences on December, but 2 days before, on October, I'll give you all your money. I'll refund you and give you CC licenses. Just don't email me ever again. Jesus Christ. So he's like, the show fucking sucks. Dumb jokes. The customer emails are like, fucking kill me. I can't wait for MJ to start and deal with that. He said he's been working for 7 years as a customer support. So thanks God, from tomorrow, every email will be answered by MJ. And I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. But anyway, the point was I got exhausted by this, you know. It was 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. was gym time. And I'm like, let's just finish the emails today. I'm going to push until 4 and do more and more and more emails. I just cannot leave this in the middle of the thing, you know. I just wanted to have it done. Now, did I finish it? No, but I cleaned as many emails as I could, went upstairs, we had lunch, and suddenly I got fatigued and I didn't have the strength to work out anymore, and I didn't work out today. Sue me. I guess. My address is redacted, but fucking sue me. So, yeah, I can never choose, you know, what should go first, training or working. Let me know in the comments, please. What do you do first? Do you first work out, or do you work out at the end of your workday, or at the end of your day? Like, I know people who have been experimenting with this. So hard for me to talk. I'm really, really tired. I need to do my, I'm doing like a 2-month, I think every month I was supposed to do it, but now I'm late for like 2-3 months. I was doing a blood check, and I need to go and check my blood. Like, I'm doing the full package. They're like, do you want to do it this? And I'm like, give me everything, dude. But it's the most expensive. Give me the fucking all of it. Like, I'm spending so much money on bullshit and food. When I check my blood, I want to check freaking everything. Also, last year, when we were supposed to buy the house, the insurance company wanted me to do a full check of all the organs and everything, and thankfully everything is fine with your boy. And I asked the lady who was checking everything, she was like, your liver is fine, and your lungs are beautiful. And I'm like, cool. And she gave me all the report, and I'm like, how often should a human do this? And she's like, you should definitely do this every 6 months, but if 6 months is too much, do it every year. I'm like, we never do it as humans. We never do shit like this. We wait for something to start hurting. And you're like, ow, oh, my heart is out. Maybe I should go see a doctor. Depends who you ask. Like if you ask my mom, for example, I could walk in a room and I could literally have my heart beating in my hand. And I'll be like, Mom, I think something is wrong with me. I'm dying. She'll be like, it's fine. It will be fine by tomorrow. You don't need a doctor. Love you, Mom. So, yeah. No, I have no idea what was I talking about. I got to do the blood test to check. What the fuck is wrong with me, dude? There's this sleep tracking thingy in Benji that every morning when you wake up and check in and Benji asks you, unlike the other to-do apps, right? Todoist has never given a fuck how do you feel and how you slept. Little Benji boy here is asking you, how did you sleep this night? So every night I just check that I slept mediocre and then I feel mediocre. I never felt in the last, I don't know, I need to display those stats somewhere, but I never marked that I feel good and, you know, that I slept good. So I have to check my blood to see what the fuck is up with me. Maybe some of the supplements I'm taking. I started taking this magnesium zinc bullshit, but doesn't do anything for now. So some mistakes I started doing, like I started finally paying attention to Glink. Glink is this app that I made for customers to be able to report bugs and to ask for feature requests. And I regret making this app because customers actually are requesting features and they're actually reporting bugs. So 100 things piled up. There's like 100 open issues and 41 approved issues. I'll never get to them unless I start building this Kitze empire that I'm building for the last 5 fucking years. Just get 3 employees, lose 2. Get 1 employee, lose everyone. Work alone, work with 3 assistants. Works like it never fucking ends with me. So unless I do that, like I'll never get to all of these issues. Like I have 100 issues on Sizzy, 100 issues on Glink, 100 issues on Benji, 100 issues everywhere, and I cannot get to them. So today I was like, okay, I'm gonna go one by one. So I lost an hour on the treadmill while coding, just doing random issues. Someone wanted, hey, can we log what did they say? Muscle percentage and fat percentage with the weight logs. Cool. I spent time on that. I even made it nice in a chart. Someone else, like these are so random that I was like, holy shit, I cannot do this every day. Like I gotta find the most important things and I gotta work on the most important things. Otherwise it will just be like, I finished some work, I finished 2 Pomodoros, but I haven't done anything. So hopefully I'm not gonna do that tomorrow. I kind of regret removing the invite system in Benji because now there's like an avalanche of new users and they're all trying it, but I'm not sure like who's serious, because people, when they get too ambitious, like they'll get on the platform and they're like, oh, this has Pomodoros and food and fasting, and they'll start reporting all sorts of bugs and then they're gone. So I gotta find a system like to address the issues. Let's say, like if it's a breaking bug, that goes first, or if it's a paid customer, that goes first. I gotta find some system. Otherwise, this is not sustainable. Just me, one person, wasting time on fixing silly bugs. It's stupid. Let's talk about the assistant. So I said that I want to talk about previous assistants, but I think I'll leave that topic for another episode. So I had this call with MJ and Twinkle today, and it went great. They were super professional, and I really like MJ so far. And we started iMessaging, and he's really polite, and he's real nice. And if you're listening to this, MJ, I mean, you get good first impressions, honestly. So I think we're going to have a great collaboration. I think this is finally, I can see the path. I can see, if everything is, if the path of my productivity and habits and everything and projects is just this super darkness, like MJ is this one light. And if this guy doesn't pull me out of this rut, I'll never fix my productivity. Dude, I'm this close to being a farmer. Do you get that? No podcast, no Twitch, no YouTube, no bullshit. Just grow some fucking apples or something. And that's it. I'm going to simplify my life to wake up, exist, grow some apples, go to sleep. That's it. But MJ gives me hope. Because I don't think you realize how many things, and I don't think I realize myself how many things I have to delegate in my life. Because I've been doing. Like this podcast, for example, created probably, like the recording time is going to be 30 minutes, but it's at least an hour more. That's 5 hours per week of just other stuff, like doing the transcript, the ChatGPT, uploading the file, enhancing the audio. Like, I just need to describe these procedures. Like, after this, I'll record my screen and tell MJ, hey, man, this is how I do the podcast. This is what I do, blah, blah, blah. He picks it up, writes a document, how it should be done in case the assistant switches at some point, so another person can do this. And then he starts doing it. So, boom, I save 5 hours per week just by this. Also, I have to go to the conference on 2nd of February. I had way more conferences before. And what's blocking me about these conferences is like talking to all of these fucking organizers that until now they haven't figured out a system for booking speakers. So it's all emails, dude, back and forth, emails, back and forth. So it's like they ask exhausting questions. They're going to send you a huge email, which has it's like the size of the Bible. And the only question is somewhere buried within a paragraph. Like, also, are you allergic to seafood? And I might skim it and I might not answer and I might die. Imagine dying and on your tombstone it says, died because of an email. It's fucking sad. But I'm not going to change conference organizers. They're going to be what they are. But finally I'll have a person who'll just digest all of these emails, go back and forth with them, put everything in my calendar, which time is my talk, which time I'm preparing, which time I need to be on stage, which time I need to be mic'd up. Like all of these things will be in my calendar. Which time am I leaving, checking out in the hotel, checking in. Like this week I would have to work on, let's pile more things on a to-do list. In Benji, I added these features for packing. I'm not sure if I can show you. There's this thing called packing activities and packing items. I can just show you a little bit. Like I have these packing activities like vlogging, beach, gaming, driving a car, Benji, swimming, and essentials. And for example, I can go to trips. So these are my future trips. So let's say here I'm going to create a trip and I'm going to call this Warsaw Conference, whatever. I'm not even going to do this. Eventually, MJ is going to do this. And I'm going to say from February 1st to February 3rd, I'll be in Warsaw. The address is whatever. The activities that I want to do is going to be vlogging, driving a car, essentials, and swimming. So these are the activities. Location, I'm going to write here Warsaw like that, and I'll create this trip. And now for this trip, I finally have this packing thing. So I can say, okay, I need to get this, and this, and I have a bunch of things here that I need to pack. So this feature is not done. Like once that I was traveling somewhere and I was on a train, and I coded this in like a couple of hours while I was on the train. But this week I'll need to perfect it basically. I mean, make it as good as possible, because I really want to get organized to the point of like the MJ like plans all of this, and I want all of this to show in the Benji calendar, like leaving on that day and ending on that day, and the hotel check-in is at this point and it ends at this point. Like I really want to see all of these things visually in the calendar. So this like bare bones, poor ass feature looks horribly right now. It's gonna look better in this week, hopefully. What else? What else do I have to delegate? Like once per month, I'm doing this task, which is like piercing my soul every month. Is like my accountant always bugs me because I'm always late. I need to gather all the invoices. I think I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. And if something pings, I'm going to lose my mind right now. Let's turn on Do Not Disturb on the phone. So every month I need to gather all of the invoices for all the purchases that I did last month. And this is a giant pain in the ass. So first of all, I need to take all my bank transactions from the one bank that I'm using and the other bank that I'm using, and I need to join them and export CSV. And the CSV I imported into Coda, and then in Coda I figure out what are business purchases and what are personal purchases, and I made this little system. But then once we get to those 25 invoices, some of them can be found by logging into the platform. Some of them can be found by going to my email. Now I'm going to give MJ everything. Dude, MJ gets a key to my house. Previously, I didn't want to give assistants like finance data and this and that. Now I'm giving him everything. Bank, accounts, email. Like he's going to read my email before I do. Like I have nothing to hide in email. I'm not going to, because if the flow is I assign emails to him, I still have work to do. Like I want to wake up, he's going to start 1 hour before me, and I want to wake up to a clean inbox. Ideally, he responds to 80-90% of the emails, and the rest of them that I need to make a decision or I need to respond, he converts them to tasks. So I'm looking forward to, doing all of those finances and accountant stuff and invoices. And after I finish with a conference and I need to get paid or reimbursed or whatever, he asks my accountant, the accountant, like they go back and forth and they all figure it out so I can just do here and just watch things on Streamio like Ted the Bear. No, really, I want to fill the day with more energetic and things that actually require me. These things don't require me. My wife was doing many of these things, but now she's busy with the baby. She's a full-time mom, so I don't want to bother her with, honey, can you please do the invoices? She's going to look back this fucking purple bottle on my face. I mean, the first month when she finished working, I missed her so much. I miss you even right now when I'm recording this podcast. I'm kidding, but I missed her work-wise. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do without my wife? So, I tried the, honey, do you miss doing invoices? She's like, get the fuck. I'm like, okay, all right. I just asked, Jesus Christ. So finally delegating that, and hopefully things are going to be better. I wanted to talk about conferences and getting paid and other stuff, but I'm trying to keep this 30 minutes. So I'm going to take this chunk about getting paid for conference and going to move it to another day. What else? Yeah, 9 a.m. meetings. So that's the downside. We're going to have a Monday meeting with MJ, which is going to be a bit longer. We're going to have a Friday wrap-up meeting, and then we're going to have a daily stand-up meeting, which, I hate because I think I hate it because I don't like being accountable. Because yesterday it was Sunday, and instead of just being like, well, tomorrow's Monday, let's set the alarm, I was like, how about we watch a bit more TV before we go to bed? And what about bedtime? Bedtime, schmedtime. So I still don't take my work seriously. I still don't take this hustle and working hard and I'm going to pay off the house and make multi-millions of dollars. Like it's all, when you say it like that, it's fluffy. But when it comes time to set the alarm and everything, I'm not doing it. So now with a heavy heart, now on this podcast in the middle of it, I'm going to set the alarm. Fine. You peer pressure me into things. At least it's not drugs, right? I'm going to set this alarm. They have a cute fucking loading animation with the balloons. Just let me set the alarm. So I'm going to finally set this alarm on weekdays, 7 a.m. I want to get at 7 a.m. because the meeting with MJ is at 9. I want to finish some stuff by 9 and be ready for this daily stand-up. Hopefully it's going to fix me. If this guy doesn't fix me, that's it for me. I said I'm going to do the conferences again. I have a couple of random things before we go to the content. Ninja Creamy finally arrived, finally tried it. I posted a short review on Twitter. It's an ice cream maker. So I started getting into this habit. First I was doing it for me. Now I do it for me and my wife. I take frozen strawberries. I mentioned this. Frozen strawberries, protein powder, 1 banana, and a little bit of oatmeal milk. And I put it in the blender, and it's this like creamy, cold thing, especially if you use frozen strawberries. And now the cherry on top, or the strawberry on top, is if you freeze it for 24 hours, you put this in the Ninja Cream, you click on ice cream for 2 minutes, and it's the same thing. It's no sugar, no additives, no bullshit, but you can scoop it out and eat it like an ice cream. So today I made 3 of those, and they're going to be frozen for 24 hours. So now for every day after lunch when I'm not craving sweets, I'm just craving a different texture and feel after lunch. Like sometimes I can chew bubble gum and I feel like I don't need anything after lunch. But this is really nice because it's also full of protein. So it has like a full scoop of protein, and I definitely recommend you the Ninja Creamy. Some people think that, I posted on Twitter and people are like, who sponsored you to talk about this, the Stanley Cup? And I'm telling you, this is not a Stanley Cup. It's from fucking Temu. It's a Chinese website. People think I'm sponsored about the Ninja Creamy. So far, I made so much content in my life, but no one has ever sponsored me. So I'm listening. You want to sponsor? You're making treadmill remotes? I'll talk about them. So far, I haven't been sponsored, and if I ever am, you're going to get the honest fucking review of the thing, and I'm going to tell you that something is sponsored. So the Ninja Creamy, I've heard about it, I think a really long time ago, but now they mentioned it on the My First Million podcast, and I'm like, fuck, finally, I'll buy it. I'm at a loss for words. I couldn't say fuck there for 2 seconds. I hate NutriBullet. The NutriBullet sucks. I realized that the NutriBullet has 600 watts, I think, of power. That's why sometimes it gets struck on the strawberries and it's driving me crazy. I can't wait for that thing to die. My wife loves the thing like it's her husband. Once I found her, just chit-chatting with the NutriBullet. Kidding, honey, I know you watch this. Big achievement of my life is this made my wife laugh. And I have to explain it to you how that doesn't happen. We have watched stand-up comedies, and granted, some of them like Dave Chappelle and Bambaran, they're not funny anymore. Like Ricky Gervais, we get it, not funny. But we watch funny things, like I'll show her funny things. And the most you get from her is, the nose exhale, like, nothing. I hear her the other day laughing out loud, and I see she's playing one of the podcasts. I'm like, is this, like, my jokes in person fall flat with her. Like, I'll tell her a joke, a dad joke, whatever, she's like, whatever. But this is funny to her. So, the achievement of my life, not the weight. I should get the whiteboard here and just put a little thingy. Episode 6 made wife laugh, like the achievement of the day. So, yeah, the NutriBullet sucks. I want to get a Vitamix blender. They're like insanely pricey, boy. It's like a 1,000 something euros for a Vitamix blender. But we bought a couple of Philips blenders in between NutriBullets, and they all break, and the glass breaks. And with the amount of money I spend on blenders by now, we would have bought a fucking Vitamix. So I think as the next purchase, I'm just going to get the Vitamix. And that would be it. So I wanted to talk about David Goggins, but we're going to leave that last. Let's wrap up. It's been 31 minutes. Let's wrap up with content. The favorite movie. My most mind-blowing movie that I watched in my life. It's like don't watch a trailer. You don't watch a trailer. When you get a recommendation like this, you stop everything. You even stop this podcast. Cancel it right now. I don't give a fuck. Go watch Parasite from 2019. It's a Korean movie. Don't watch it with dubbing. Don't be donuts. I hate people like, if they make it in German, you watch the thing in freaking German. So go watch Parasite. It's in Korean. It's freaking amazing, dude. It moved my list of movies. Now that's my favorite movie. I downloaded, people have recommended other Korean movies like Handmaiden and Old Boy. I downloaded them. I legally bought them on Blu-ray. Jokes aside, I've bought a lot of movies on Blu-ray in 4K, but sometimes I legally buy from Studio. So I'm gonna watch Snowpiercer from the same director, and I started, a lot of people replied on Twitter with similar movies. You should watch this, you should watch that. So yesterday night, probably I spent hour and a half or 2 hours just researching movies and putting them in my Coda document for which movies I'm going to watch. There's like 250 movies on that thing. I'm never going to watch them, but I like making lists of things. I like making ambitious list of things and clearing them eventually. So definitely watch that. TV shows. We continued Ted Lasso. I don't know why we stopped, because I think that's the only service we're not paying for right now. We're paying for Netflix, we're paying for Prime, paying for HBO, we're paying for Disney Plus, but we're not paying for Apple TV Plus. And we legally buy the Blu-rays of Ted Lasso and The Morning Show and all of these shows on Apple TV Plus. So we continue Ted Lasso. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, it's one of the best comedies / best shows I've ever watched. It's freaking amazing. We're watching Upload on Amazon Prime, but I think I'm going to cancel it. Like, there's this sunk cost fallacy of finishing a show. Upload was good for a couple of episodes, maybe a season. Then season 2 was horrible. They're pushing it. Now we started season 3, and I'm like, why the fuck are we even watching these? Like, I think but there's something in me. I want to move it in the list. Like, I cannot move it back to do, and I cannot move it to done because it's not done. So I would definitely watch 7 episodes of shitty TV just to mark something as done. It's stupid. We also watched True Detective yesterday, season 4. We started season 4. Not a big fan of that Jodie. Like, I know she's a famous actress. I don't remember a single movie with Jodie Foster. I won't say that I'm a big fan of the first episode. Let's say that. Like, True Detective starts slow. Always the first episode is like, what the fuck is going on? I'm going to give it a chance because season 1 and season 3 were one of the most amazing crime / drama shows. Season 1, I would even put it in top 5 shows ever. Just season 1 of True Detective. Season 4, we're going to see. Gaming, I'm still stuck on Hades. I cannot get past the 3rd level, so I hopped the Fire Inferno, whatever it's called in the mythology level. I'm level 3 is driving me crazy. I'm only gaming on that on the Stream Deck. Music, nothing new to tell you. Artist, nothing new. App, I said I'm going to mention app of the day. It's an app called Clop, that's C-L-O-P. It optimizes your videos. It's free on setup. I don't know how much is it because I have a setup subscription and I'm getting like a bundle of apps for that subscription. A Clop is optimizing your videos and screenshots and whatever. So anytime I make a screenshot and a video, you can see the Clop thing is spinning and suddenly it's way smaller with the same quality. I like it so far. I'm not noticing anything, but I like smaller so I can send it places faster. Oh boy, and I guess that's it. And I said I don't have anything to talk about today. It's like 35 fucking minutes. So follow the Twitters, leave a question. If you're leaving a comment anyway, if you're going to type right now, leave a donut so I can know that you watched until the end. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Join the Discord for some reason. I check it every once in a blue moon. And who is the singer of Chandelier? See ya in the next one.